Good morning! Or good afternoon. I know I'm late. My apologies. I was putting the laundry in the dryer and I realized that I really had to pee. So, I went and did that. Because, remember, kids, it's important to listen to your biological urges. Don't ignore them like I do, and then end up having to go, see a doctor and having to get a bunch of tests. Hi, Gizmo. I'm telling you too much information about my body at the moment. Maybe I should stop. But the point of the fact of the matter is, if your body feels the need to eat, use the bathroom, or sleep, go do that. Please. This music is a lot louder than I'm used to. Give me just a second. In honor of Deltarune Day, we are listening to the Undertale soundtrack. So, today, we are going to practice rendering. And because I had such a hard time with, a specific character's face, we are going to focus on that today. So, today my canvas is actually really big. And I don't know if I should stick with that, but we'll see. So let's start with the face I had the most issue with yesterday. The Undertale soundtrack is amazing. Yes, it is. This is gonna sound really weird, but one thing about the Undertale soundtrack is that it really captures the childlike wonder of playing a game like this for the first time. And it's not a very... What's the word I'm looking for? I wish there was a word for it. I'm sure in German there's a word for it. But it evokes a certain kind of nostalgia that you can only feel when you've done something quite a few times. I'm skipping this. I'm skipping this one too. There we go. But the Undertale soundtrack really captures the kind of nostalgia you get from playing something for the first time. Like, I still remember the first time I played Ocarina of Time. I still remember the first time I played Final Fantasy, and there's a certain feeling of coming home, like the title of the song, that you feel when listening to some of this soundtrack, because a lot of what Undertale has to deal with is loneliness. And that is something. And when you feel lonely, you kind of miss home. For some people, you know, there's not a home they can really go back to. And I think Undertale really encapsulates that, because like for Sans, home was a person. For Toriel, home was a place, not a person. But for Asgore, home was a person who has already gone away. So yeah. And Alphys was looking for a home because the home she had holed herself up in wasn't safe. Or it held a lot of guilt for her. So yeah, I could deconstruct this game all day, but I don't have that kind of time. I guess I could make another video about it, but making videos has been really hard lately. I couldn't tell you why. I don't like how this looks already. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was weird. Maybe we should listen to the extended soundtrack, because some of these songs are not long enough. Yeah, I might have to get the extended version because some of these songs really just aren't long enough. How are you doing? Oh, sorry, Gizmo. I was so engrossed in what I was doing, I didn't realize you'd asked another question. I'm doing okay. Um, I've the last few days I've been really struggling with some self-governance. Getting up on time. Um, doing my work when I need to. I like to say that right now I'm forcibly self-employed. Um, I still don't have a job, so, I'm just doing what I can. Helping out Almost Husband, and, we should actually be able to hang out together today. He's had some obligations that have, he's had some obligations. Well, I wouldn't even say obligations. He's had to do some things where we're not really able to hang out at night, and that's been kind of sad. But, as far as I know, those obligations end tonight. So we should be able to hang out tonight. I don't know, maybe we've missed some Wheel of Fortune. Maybe we can, watch that tonight. How are you, Gizmo? Doing okay, I hope. Are you still not feeling well? That's actually a lot better than it was yesterday, but now there's just some things I need to even out, because good lord. Okay, other than that, that's actually not too bad. Oh shit, this is the wrong layer. So that sounds nice. Sorry about the job situation. No problem, Gizmo. That was actually, I told you this last time we streamed, but I was actually quite ill myself a while back. It is very easy for me to get sick. I have an immune system made of shrapnel, as I like to say. So, I get it, because... One of the things I hate about being sick is how slow everything feels. That's rough. Alright. Well, we're hoping the job situation changes soon. I feel like the music is really loud. Is it just me? I feel like the music is really loud. Oof. Now that I'm looking at the space again, it's very crooked. If I do this... Nope, don't do that! Just do this, delicately. Alright. The music is a little loud. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I usually use a different program that's not YouTube to play the music that I usually play in the background, you know, that noise generator. And that stuff is, like, very quiet, usually, because it's a noise generator. It's supposed to be ambient. This is a bit different, so I'm having a hard time balancing the audio. I'll be real with you. Because the levels only the levels only tell me so much. Also, I keep biting the side of my cheek. I think it's swollen. You know what it might be? I'm wearing my partial denture today, so that's probably why I'm biting it. The partial denture has this little metal piece that hangs on to one of my teeth, and sometimes it digs into my cheek. And when I asked the dentist about it, she was just like, "Oh, you'll learn to deal with it." And I'm like, Okay, but is there any way to stop it? Apparently there's not, and that's just the price I pay for, having acid reflux. Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson for people who have one. Go see your gynecologist. Because if you don't, go see your gynecologist regularly. Because if you don't, you might start losing your teeth. Just trust me. Alright, let's see. Right. Hang on, give me just a second. Maybe I should mute the music while I do this. Let me see here. Give me just a second to sort something out, y'all. There we go. Better. Nope, that means they would have the same nose. And you guys heard that in the background? That is my cat's cat food dispenser. I don't know if you saw the video yesterday, but I posted a short of Cheddar actually sitting next to me, laying down on the sofa. Every so often, she'll jump up on the sofa and she'll headbutt me for pets. But yesterday, she actually sat down and did her little nudges for me to actually pet her. And I pet her on the couch for like a solid 45 minutes. It was amazing. Because I'll be real with you, it has taken Cheddar like 3 years to come out while guests are over. And honestly, she's still not great with kids. She sees a little human coming at her and she's like, nope, no thank you. She saw my cousin's kid, like, reaching out for a pet, and she was like, nah, pass. So she's still not great with kids, and... So she's still not great with kids, but she actually sat next to me yesterday, and I was like, oh! She's so cute. And, like, Almost Husband, he gets so much cute aggression. He'll be like, oh, you're so fucking cute! You know what? I like how soft Orchid looks here. I really do. She looks so soft. Which, in contrast to her girlfriend up here. In contrast to her girlfriend, she looks very soft. Let's see. Let's flip the canvas. Because, good lord. She can have a little bit of a tilt to her head, that's fine. I don't think that's how I want her ears to be shaped, though, good lord. Now, if this is them older, then I'm gonna draw Orchid without her headband. No, I don't like that. Give me just a second. I need to look at something here. It's gonna take me a minute, but I need to look at something. This might take me a second. because I've never actually drawn one of these before. I don't know if I can pull this off. Yeah, I don't know if I can pull this off. As much as I relish in the idea of drawing a gele, I don't know if I'll be able to do it justice. So hang on, I need to go find a reference for Orchid's hair. Because the thing about her hair, the thing about Orchid's hair in the story is that she changes it quite frequently. She's not a very vain person. As a matter of fact, it's Chen is the one who worries more about her appearance. But the one thing Orchid is very particular about is her hair. And so she changes it quite frequently. The only thing that she's very certain about is that she will never relax it again. Not for any other reason than it was something her mom used to make her do quite frequently, and she had beef with her mother. her mother had beef with her and the entire world, really. Unfortunately, her mother was not the kindest person. So I could do a lot of hairstyles for her. They would just have to be parted on the left. I mean, on the right. Or one thing I could do is I could have her match her girlfriend here. I could, couldn't I? Or could I just give her a bubble ponytail? I don't know, her hair is so, like I said, her hair changes so frequently throughout the story. The thing is it's just always parted on the right. Just a second, there's something I need to see. See, every time I do one of these streams, I'm always stricken with some sort of either indecision or I get stuck on something that's a little too hard for me. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna take out my partial denture for a little bit and find a reference. Because Orchid wears so many different things throughout the story. Because she's a fashionista. Let's see. Yes, fierce scrolling is commencing because I'm... Don't judge me, but I am looking up a sim for reference for her hair. Because these characters were Sims before they were anything else. Okay. I can do this. This is how her hair looks when she gets a silk press. This little, like, rock sort of rebellious style that she likes doing because it sort of matches with Chen in a way. It might be a little too tall, but I kind of don't care. I like this. She looks adorable. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. And like I said, I love how soft she looks. Because at her core, Orchid is very kind. Orchid is very much a, what's the way I can put this to be very simple without giving it too much? Orchid starts out as a lawful good dreams druid and becomes a chaotic good necromancer, for lack of a better word. There she goes. Cute. Alright, now for Priya. I have to think hard about how Priya is shaped. Actually, she is based off of a very specific Bollywood actress. Let me look her up. There she is. Nope, that's not her last name. Chopra. Okay, yeah. Whoop, nope, that's not it. Okay, I think I have it. Oh, let me stretch. Oh, good God. Oh, sorry. I have to stop shrimping, but I don't quite know how. It is very easy when you're drawing to shrimp, and I either need to stretch or keep myself from shrimping. Are you excited for... Are you getting excited for Summer Game Fest? I don't know. It depresses me a little. Because right now I don't have a lot of money to buy games. Because I really... You know what game I really want to buy? I want to buy 100 Line Last Defense Academy. Because it seems so much fun. And right now I can't really afford any new games. I could finish all the games that I have in my backlog, like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, but if I beat it, then it's over. I really enjoy it. I burned through that game when I first got it, and then I realized it was almost over, and I was like, oh shit. And I just kind of stopped playing it. Now, as far as Metaphor goes, I love Metaphor. But Elegy of Souls is kicking my ass. I don't know how to beat it. And almost all of my archetype builds are pure brute force. I can brute force almost every enemy in the game except that one. I can even brute force the final boss, but not the super boss. And I don't know how to build my archetypes to counteract that. Because all I have to do in Metaphor, really, is put Stroll and Basilio in my group, have the main character as a healer, and Juna as a faker, and I can brute force just about anything. Because if you have Juna as the faker, she can literally just debilitate every enemy, and no enemy is immune to it. So it is... Oh crap, I drew Priya on the wrong layer. Let's put her on the right layer, please. There is a circle. Oh, so while I'm here, and while we're listening to this song, how about I tell you about some drama we've had recently? So, I have told you guys about my issue with our wedding venue. They don't seem to want to make appointments, they really struggle with keeping in contact with us, and, I haven't beaten metaphor, I want to restart because I feel like I didn't quite grasp the archetypes well enough. Amen, Gizmo. I agree. I think I might do that this weekend, depending on how I feel. Because we have no plans. My plan is to spoil Almost Husband for all his hard work. And chill for the rest of the weekend. Because we have a lot of housework that needs done. Gotta clean out the fridge. Gotta wash the carpet. Not the carpet, the rug. We gotta mow the lawn, somehow deal with those stray cats we have in the backyard. Because I think, the stray cats are kittens. So I think someone needs to take them and house them. Because they're so sweet, and they're so open to affection, I think they might have been abandoned somewhere in the neighborhood, because I'll be honest, some people in this neighborhood really do not give a shit about their pets, and it's really depressing. You just let them wander all over the neighborhood, and, just let them come back when they come back, which if we lived in the country, that would be fine, but we don't. There are cars everywhere. There are cars and school buses and construction vehicles everywhere. Like, why would you let them wander around the neighborhood like that? Like, our neighborhood isn't very urban, but it's urban enough. So every so often, I see someone's very small dog just wandering the streets, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, if it doesn't get run over, it's definitely gonna get attacked by coyotes. They're everywhere around here. We've got foxes and coyotes and raccoons, and don't get me wrong, I respect Pomeranians and Chihuahuas, but I don't see them fighting off a raccoon anytime soon. Sorry, I'm ranting. Woof. I don't know where that came from. But it's very frustrating, is all I'm saying. But, sorry, like I was saying, I got really off topic. Like I was saying, our wedding venue, they really haven't been great in setting up appointments. They have... the food was cold. Like, the food was cold. Last time we went to the venue, it was really dirty. I wasn't impressed. And, you know, for a little bit, they had redeemed themselves because our planning meeting for our, like, flowers and our china patterns went so well. And she was so friendly and nice and sweet. But then that person is no longer planning our wedding because they have changed ownership in the middle of our planning phase. So we have a completely different wedding planner. We have completely different plans. The venue is under complete different ownership, and they won't call me back. I have called them from Monday to today. I have called them 10 times, and they have not called me back or answered their phone. And I'm so mad. And I'm so ready to choose a different venue. Like, I don't even care at this point if it's if it's so close to our wedding date. I'm so done. Like, it's getting to the point where I am willing, as much as I would hate to, I'm willing to choose a different wedding date, because I'm just so, like, frustrated. Whoops, wrong pen. And you know what? If we have to end up choosing a different wedding venue, I'm not choosing a venue. I'm choosing a hotel. Because this is outrageous. I would rather just hire a remote planner than have to deal with this crap of like this venue constantly changing hands, changing my wedding planner. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm really ranting today. Apparently, I'm in a ranting mood. But it's frustrating. You know, this is my one and only wedding. I would like for it to go well, you know? Like, it's getting to the point where I'm like, screw it, courthouse. Honestly, I would if I knew my mother wouldn't absolutely murder me. I am the last, right now, I am the last daughter in my generation to get married. So, unless I want to incur the wrath of my entire family, I at least need to invite some people to my wedding. Okay. Priya's eyes are vaguely bug-like. Well, by that, I mean, she is meant to look like a Disney princess. That's why I've given her Disney princess eyes. Specifically, Princess Jasmine eyes. Because I've always thought that Princess Jasmine is the most beautiful, Disney princess. Ever since I was a baby. Well, also just because I loved Aladdin. As a kid, Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast, they were my mainstays. I think the top 3 childhood movies that I watched, it sounds frustrating, I know, thank you, Gizmo, thank you, because it is indeed frustrating, and when this weekend goes by, after we're done chillaxing, we have to kick it into overdrive, because we gotta get our save the dates out, because this is kind of the time we need to get the save the dates out, because we have our China patterns picked out. I've picked out my wedding dress. Yeah, we've picked out our flowers. I've picked out my wedding dress. We have everything but my bridal shower, my rehearsal dinner, and my bachelorette party planned. Like, I have someone to do my hair and makeup. I have someone to do my bridesmaids' hair and makeup. We still haven't picked our bridesmaids' dresses, but that's because one of our bridesmaids will probably have a leg brace during the wedding, so I want a nice flowy A-line dress. But I also want one that'll sort of come up in the front so she won't be tripping. But we have a ton of stuff planned. And we have a lot of stuff, that's already been sorted. Except for dealing with this venue. And, like, really, the only problem we're having with the bachelorette party is I don't know where we're going. I know what I want to do, but I don't know what spa we're going to. Like, we're not doing this whole, oh, we're gonna have like a bachelorette party trip. As much as I would love to take them to my hometown and do like all the tourist stuff, that's incredibly expensive and it's gonna take a lot of time. No, we're gonna take the cat eyebrows away. Like, I love my hometown, but I also know that it's the wedding destination, and it's very, very expensive at times. Especially, especially during the fall, when a lot of the snowbirds who don't want to go to Florida come down. So, yeah, in the fall, my hometown can be very expensive, and as I love my friends, and I don't want them to have to spend a small fortune on my wedding. That would be very selfish. And, like, I know that it's the in vogue thing to do, like, a bachelorette party trip, but, no. No, just no. So, we're gonna come down here. I know for a fact that they're gonna come down here. They're gonna come up here. And we're gonna get massages. We're gonna get our nails done. Um, and we're gonna play a D&D one-shot. But, I have no idea where we're gonna do our nails. That's the problem. And we might go to medieval times, because, one friend of ours has actually never been. So we might go to medieval times. I don't know, we might do Pirate Adventure instead. I like Pirate Adventure better, to be honest. Because, one, the food's better, and it doesn't smell like... It doesn't smell like horse... It smells a little like chlorine, but it doesn't smell like horse. Oh, whoops. She has a very pronounced Cupid's bow. Like I said, she's very Disney princess-like. But she is also very cocky. Priya is very confident in her skills. She grew up very rich. Her parents have never told her no before. But this is her a little older. Probably maybe in her late 20s. As a matter of fact, the story follows them all the way up until they're about 50. It follows them until their children are grown. Alright, and her hair isn't that complicated. I say... Ooh. That was a little much. Actually, let me once again look at a reference. Here we go. Where's my stylus? There it is. Okay. She's Fae, so her ears are a little differently shaped. Alright. Sorry, this song is getting annoying. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's just the same thing repeating over and over. Oh my god, I have a screen door shaped bruise on my arm. Because I ran into the screen door yesterday, trying to carry something in. Because usually it closes very slow, and I can slip in before it closes, but sometimes, once in a blue moon, it'll catch me and it'll hit me. What am I doing? Right, hair. I'll try again. Now that I have her ear in the right place. Okay. Oh, no, wrong pen. I don't want it that long, I think. Ugh! My god. Alright, there, I think I have her hair correct now. Let's erase her head. Let's see if that's actually... Sorry, I had to mute. I was doing some voice to text. And I was saying something very sappy. I have a reputation to keep. Ah! Keep drawing with the wrong pen. Okay. Oh my goodness. No idea why I keep selecting the wrong pens. Probably because I might have put them out of order or something. Alright, there we go. I don't think I need the sketch lines anymore, so I guess I can take this layer and move them up a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna make them kind of close so I can... Compared to the other two, her head looks really big. So, we're actually going to make her just a touch smaller. Alright. I think that's fine. I can feel my perfection senses tingling, but I'm going to suppress them for the sake of finishing this, unlike what I did yesterday. Because I did not color them yesterday, and I want to color them today. And I never color on stream, so I want to make sure I do that today. To make her hair look a bit cleaner. There we go. Just remind myself that it won't be perfect, it just needs to be done. It won't be perfect, it just needs to be done. So we'll just do this for all of them. They're all wearing V-necks. Just remember that. They're all wearing V-necks. I still say that Priya looks kind of lopsided, but we'll be alright. So let's name our layers first, because this is going to get complicated. You know what? Before things get complicated, I'm going to have a snack. I have an applesauce here. Because one thing I've learned while trying to, really try to change my health for the better, because I really haven't been taking care of myself very well, at least according to my doctor. I thought I was doing fine. Is at least 3 servings of fruit a day. Try to lead with a vegetable-based diet. And that vegetable, sometimes those vegetables do include grains. Just make sure they're whole grains. So I started eating Cheerios in the morning. Alright. So let's see. Let's label the sketch layer. Let's label our underpainting. And our line art. Wait a minute. Okay, that is underpainting. Underpainting. And line art. Hang on, I need something that's gonna keep me calm. I actually seriously considered walking down the aisle to this song. It's definitely gonna play before the wedding. But I absolutely considered walking down the aisle to this song. Alright, so let's do some underpainting. Alright. Slightly colder purple. Yeah, this song's probably gonna play a couple times. But I have to admit, it never fails to make me emotional. I do love this song. It's like one of the best songs. While everyone was listening to Megalovania, this was the one I was listening to. Underpainting like I know what I'm doing. But yeah, the reason why I decided, generally, not to walk down the aisle to this song is, what it's about. I didn't want to walk down the aisle to a song that's essentially about the death of 2 children. So, I decided not to. Because it is ultimately a very sad story. Oh, whoops. Alright. Let's see how this goes. I cannot guarantee that this is going to go well. Alright. We're gonna try this 2 ways. Okay. Yeah, so This particular moment in Undertale, they're telling you the story about how things went underground after, like, after the monsters went underground and everything. They adopted a human child, and everything that could have gone wrong went horrifically wrong. That's really the story here. Okay, we're working with complementary colors here, and I'm hoping that this experiment goes well. I don't know if it will. She gets a very... Actually, no, she gets quite a wide nose. She has very soft cheeks, so... Nope, that's not bright enough. That's not orange enough. Nope. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna work. But we'll see about it. Take my new blendy brush. Increase the stabilization a little bit. Hey Firefly! Interesting, I've been meaning to play Undertale, I don't know, honestly. Do all three. Normal one first. Normal one first, yeah, I just say do all three. Do all three. Just be prepared for what the evil route gets you, which is a lot of hard work. It can actually be a bit boring until you get to some of the bigger boss fights. Okay, I might want to go back to my painterly brush. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, let's use my painterly brush first. I've actually become accustomed to the painterly brush recently, which is hilarious. Alright. I like the hints that, I like, through the music, it hints that, Asgore and, Toriel are going through the same heartache, but dealing with it in vastly different ways. And that's, honestly, what drove them apart in the end. And in real life, it's not uncommon for a married couple to split up if one of their children pass away. And in their case, both of them did. I'm gonna smooth out this texture eventually, but it is starting to occur to me kind of how uneven Orchid's face is. Give me a second. I gotta rest my hand. I might be doing all this work for nothing, but we'll see. Because what might happen is I might be doing all this, and then I decide I don't like it. Happens sometimes. Anyways, Firefly, did I say hi to you? But like I said, there's a very real possibility that I will do this and then immediately decide that I don't like it. So we're gonna hit this with a new blendy brush. Actually, instead of the new blendy brush, I'm gonna use the noise brush. Yeah, I like the noise brush much better. Much better. The noise brush is so useful when you want skin to look like skin. Ooh. Oh, Lord, it's really starting to thunder outside. I hope Almost Husband will be okay getting home. Because when it comes to driving around this town, some people just don't know how to react. Because some people, when it comes to driving in the rain, they lose their fucking minds. Alright, now, we'll do overpainting here. Let's see how this goes, okay? So, she has a nice, rich brown skin tone. It's a little less red. Let's go in with our G-pin here. And do the same thing we did. Oh, that's a soft eraser. I need a hard one. Oops. I don't know why I'm doing this. Hang on. Let me... I don't know. Let me use the fill tool. What am I doing? And then once I use the fill tool, I can just clean it up normally, calmly, with a much smaller eraser. Okay, let's find something else. Oh crap. Ugh, hang on. There we go. Okay. Here! This is the song I play at the end of my videos. You know, actually, I get a lot of rude comments, of people, like, demanding to know why I put an Undertale song at the end of my videos. And it's like, it's copyright free? Like, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Alright, let's see if this works. I can't really tell. It kind of works. Let's see. Let me try something else. Nah. Maybe? The problem is it does make her skin look quite yellow. I don't know. I really don't know. I do like the purple undertones. I won't lie. I do like the purple undertones. I'm just not sure about how I feel about the yellow here. I'm really not. Let's do the others. And we'll see how we feel. Yeah, I should have blended all of them. Okay, what did we start out with? We started out with Painterly Blender. I'm still relatively new to color theory. So, what time is it? Okay. We still got time. That just reminds me of a song I really love. Have you guys ever seen the show? Well, it's not really a show. Have you ever seen the movie Once? I guess these days it would be more it would be considered a more classic movie because I believe it came out in like 2007, 2008. It's a very beautiful song, one that we considered dancing to for the wedding. But once again, when you think about the contents of the movie, it was just like, maybe not. It's like, the song, it's a very beautiful song, but it's not exactly as joyous as one would hope it is. There's a song called Falling Slowly, and it's a very pretty song. It's also a Broadway musical. If you ever get a chance to listen to the song Gold by Steve Kazee, it is a very pretty song. I'll have to go check out the movie. Forewarned, it's sad. Just be forewarned, it's sad. Falling slowly, eyes that know me, and I can react. Words that take me and erase me, and I'm painted black. It's a very beautiful song. But yeah, Once was an Oscar bait movie in the, in 2000, like, I think, 8. So, you know it's sad. I don't think I'm doing very good at rendering the skin, but it's whatever. Because now that I'm here, I can tell with color theory, her skin is going to look more pink than anything. And I'm going to get my feelings hurt. Oh, and I am using the wrong brush. Because I think what I'm gonna need to do, and honestly, I need a good cry. Yeah, I get that. We're gonna find something else to watch. I wouldn't watch. Did I say watch? I meant listen to. Maybe tomorrow I'll play the Final Fantasy X, like covers of the Final Fantasy X soundtrack or something. I feel like people are so ready to call Final Fantasy X the last great Final Fantasy, but for all that praise, they give it no love. The only thing people seem to recognize from Final Fantasy X is that laughing scene. And people are like, well, that's the reason it has such bad voice acting. Actually, it makes sense in context. The laughing scene from Final Fantasy X makes sense in context. There are a lot of other reasons that game has terrible voice acting, but that is not the reason. Tidus is rarely ever the reason that game has terrible voice acting. Sometimes it is. But the terrible voice acting mostly comes from Yuna, Waka, or Auron, because Auron is supposed to be very stoic, but the subtleties in his language, especially when compared to Japanese, do not come over in English. And Yuna is supposed to be, like, a quiet, sort of, I wouldn't say shrinking violet, she's not shrinking at all, she's actually quite brave, but she is supposed to be soft-spoken. Unfortunately, the person who did her voice took that quite literally. And there is this moment, especially in Japanese, there is this moment where Yuna's entire world view is being flipped on its head. She is emotional, she is overwrought, she is really struggling with the way she has seen the world up till now. And the English voice acting is like, my father wanted to make Spira's sorrow go away, not cover it up with lies. And it doesn't hit like it should, you know? There are a lot of other reasons the voice acting in Final Fantasy X is bad, but the last season, the laughing scene is not one of them. So I'm gonna do something, actually, that I didn't think to do a minute ago, and that is to hit the multiply button, go back to the undercolors, and, do some shadows on the multiply layer. Like this. Maybe that's why it doesn't quite look right. Nope, wrong color. Alright, let's do the same for Chen. Nope, wrong color again. Alright. Let's see how the blending of the shadows goes, because I actually should lighten them up a bit. We'll see how this works. I'm really not sure if it will, deadass. But, you know, fortune favors the bold and everything. Actually, because I need to be able to see. But what was I talking about before we started on this? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X, here's the thing. As someone who loves, and I'm serious, I love Final Fantasy XIII, I love Final Fantasy XV, but I do low-key agree that Final Fantasy X is one of the last great Final Fantasies. But I also agree that Final Fantasy X is the last of the nostalgic Final Fantasies. So I think that people are somewhat blinded by nostalgia when talking about it, although I will say that Final Fantasy XIII and Final Fantasy XV have some major flaws that keep it from being nostalgic. But that being said, I love Final Fantasy XV. I love Final Fantasy XIII. I love Final Fantasy XIII for what it is. Truly, I do. But would I say it's one of my favorite Final Fantasies? No. And I would even go so far as to say is Final Fantasy XV doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy game. It just feels like a really, really good adventure game. Or like a really, really good RPG. Because for me, Final Fantasy doesn't feel like a fantasy. Yeah, these skins are looking a lot better. The skin is looking a lot better with good shading. And for Final Fantasy XIII, it's more of a technical issue, because my issue with Final Fantasy XIII is that the difficulty curve was a lot. The final boss has over 1,000,000 HP, and it's stupid. And if you take too long, the final boss just casts doom on you, and is like, hurry up. And I was taking my time, too. I was being careful. But then the boss was like, nope, this is tiring, hurry up. And it cast doom on me, and it ended the fight. I was taking my time, I was whittling him down. And then the boss was like, nah, sorry. At no point, to me, in a Final Fantasy game, should you ever feel rushed. And in some of the parts of Final Fantasy XV, I felt rushed. Especially when you're alone with Vanille and Saz. When you're alone with Vanille and Saz, it does feel rushed, because... And I think that's because Saz is supposed to feel like he's running out of time. And, like, I think it's trying to set a mood, I just don't think it's very successful. But this might sound unfair, but to me, Final Fantasy XV... Yeah, boss, you gotta defeat me quicker. Essentially, yes. But for me, Final Fantasy XV... They really tried to make it... They really tried to have Final Fantasy XV feel like an introduction to the series, a culmination of everything that it's supposed to be, and I'll be blunt, it doesn't feel like that. I don't think a fantasy game at any point, if you're gonna play a fantasy, if you're gonna play an adventure, at no point, to me, should that adventure be about accepting your fate. And the fact that that's what Final Fantasy XV is about genuinely upset me. When I stopped playing that, when I beat that game, I was mad. Like, I was actually genuinely upset. Because I didn't realize that the game was supposed to be about accepting your fate and accepting your role. Until then, no Final Fantasy game had just been about doing what the gods tell you, essentially. Almost every Final Fantasy game has been about, like, I'll be blunt, in one game, in Final Fantasy XV, you literally defeat God with a sword made by the power of friendship. And Final Fantasy XV is just about accepting your lot and doing what is expected of you. And doing it at great personal cost, not only to yourself, but to your friends and the people around you. And to me, that's not a fantasy game. That's not a fantasy game to me. I didn't do all that shit for this to end sad. What are you talking about? Somebody get Yuna in here. Let's defy fate, bitch. That's why we're here. So to me, Final Fantasy XV is not a Final Fantasy game because to me it doesn't feel like enough of a fantasy. And I know that's what the people that made the game were going for. I don't care for it. That being said, I think it's an excellent game. I love it. I made a wedding cake about it, actually. Maybe I can show you guys that one day. I need to straighten out. I brushed her underpainting a little bit. Alright. That actually does look better, in my opinion. Now that we have the shadows, I should darken up the shadows a little bit. Yeah, that actually does look better. I won't lie. But yeah, I'm in a ranting mood today, man. I don't know what it is. I'm just in the mood to rant. I need to think more carefully about her skin tone. Okay. Hang on, I can do this. Yeah, she looks a little more green than I anticipated. And a lot less shaded than okay, yeah. I don't think her underpainting is correct, because that's way too dark. Let's check her underpainting. Let's go with something a bit lighter. No! Okay, that was incorrect. You can tell that I am not used to painting. I am not used to painting lighter skin. I'm really not. Because right now, Chen looks very green. How can I fix this? Yeah, this looks better. Let's try something else. Oh! Hey, Moon! What's up? I'm trying and failing at coloring this woman's skin. Because she looks very green. So I'm trying to find an appropriate pink to color her skin. This is someone learning color theory on the fly here. You're more of an artist than me, so if you have any advice, I'd love to hear it. Okay, this is more of a lighter skin tone. I should probably have lunch soon myself. Usually I stop streams when I get hungry. And I started late today, so... As a matter of fact, let me have another bite of this applesauce. Because I would start with green as a base color. Yeah, I started with kind of a green, but it's more blue than anything. Whoops. Wait a second. What the hell? Okay, weird. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. I know what went wrong. Ignore me. I was really confused about something. I'm no longer confused. I just got a text. Alright. Let's try again. That's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Erase some of this detritus. Eh? Hang on. Is that not? Where's that from? Okay, now let's... From layer 1, I see that. What the hell is this from? Oh. Huh. Give me a second. I know it can't be perfect, but it at least needs to be neat. Yeah, Chen's skin color is a lot more, less green. It's a lot less green. Now to do Priya, because I'm not sure how Priya's gonna go. Oh, well, Priya looks fine. Priya looks fine. I'm not worried about Priya anymore. Let's get their hair done. I'm actually gonna use the same layer I put their eyes on. Right, that's enough of that. Dun, 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 dun. Normally I don't color hair just pure black, but in this case, I'm gonna make an exception. I don't know how I feel about her having hair like that. There we go. That's better. Actually, no. In the past, I've given her green hair. What am I doing? There we go. Better. There she goes. Alright, hang on. I gotta... Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was a very loud pop. Gotta stretch. Also, let me check something. Sure. Nope, that's incorrect. Nope, that's incorrect too. What the heck? All right. Alright, I'm starting to fail on certain things here. Alright, multiply layer. Let's go back to their hair colors. Okay, let's make our painterly a bit bigger. Oh, wait, no, not yet. I'm usually very particular about how I do this, so let's go back to black. Okay, nope, it's not gonna work. Let's go back to purple then. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's start with the bottom hair render first. Let's make sure I can see everything. Let's go with our large painterly blender. Let's put it at 60. Alright, let's see. This is the one that's going to stand out the most. Well, I'm learning a lot about complementary and contrasting colors today. That's for sure. I'm low-key teaching myself color theory here. Only low-key, though. I might need to lower the painterly brush for this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to get a snack or something after this because I'm starving. I've started... When I have to fend for myself for dinner, I have started getting in the habit of making very quick pastas. Like, if I have anchovies on hand, I can just whip myself up an easy pesto pasta and throw some anchovies on it. I know anchovies are an acquired taste, but I've acquired it. I like salty things. Now, for the highlights. Actually, I'm gonna leave that like that. Same thing with these two. No. Let's do this and that. Alright. We're gonna listen to something else. Alright, cool. Okay, fingers. I have a bad habit of death gripping my stylus, too. I death grip everything. I'm sorry. I just... like, I have destroyed video game controllers with... and stuff, like, with my death grip. I have a habit of death gripping, like, everything I get in touch with, and that's one of the reasons I'm terrified to hold babies. Alright, where's my blur brush? It's too big. Let's make my blur brush a little bit smaller. There we go. I promise you, it'll look like hair in a minute. Alright. just realized there's no red in their skin at all. No, that's not gonna work. I thought I'd try it, but it was not to be. I love pasta, 10 out of 10 mil. Yes, Violet, yes it is. Oh! I forgot. As I was sitting here, I forgot that I was going to tell you guys a funny story. So, I don't know if any of you guys know about Mod Pizza. It's a restaurant where you can essentially make your own, like, little personal pizza, right? So, one day, I'm in the line, and, this woman, comes to the line and asks specifically for pizza with gorgonzola, anchovies, and pineapple. And, mind you, this woman is exceedingly pregnant. She is very pregnant and does not look like she is in the mood to entertain questions about her tastes. And, like, her husband looks troubled, the lady at the front looks troubled, and I'm like, ew. But you know what? I mean, listen, she looked like she was having a day. Like, listen, I know this is gross, and I would not eat this under any other circumstances, but right now the pregnancy cravings are going hard, and I need this. Because she was daring the girl at front to ask her about it. She didn't dare her, like, literally. She was just glaring. Like, she was absolutely 100% not in the mood to field questions about her odd tastes. And you know what? I get it. Yeah, the cravings were craving, and she was not in the mood to answer any questions about it. Alright, one more time with this. Jen's skin is once again too bright. But we're gonna use the noise brush to see if we can level this out a little bit. You know what? That's not too bad, actually. It's not my favorite, but it's not too bad. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's see. Sure, why not? So, funny story. When I went to visit my parents, it was just me this time. I was actually missing them quite a lot, because I live kind of far from them now, so I don't get to see them as often as I'd like to, or as often as my in-laws. And, I was, you know, I was feeling a little emotional, and, I turned on my video game music playlist, and the first thing that started playing was Dearly Beloved, and I was like, oh, no, I can't listen to this right now. So I switched it. And it turned to Megalovania, and I was like, you know what, sure. Like, if it's something else I need to focus on, that's not how homesick I am, it'll be Megalovania. I don't mean to brag, but I think Orchid's skin looks beautiful. Like, she looks great, her undertones don't look muddy at all, which is what I've been struggling with. Her skin looks really, really good. Chen's not so much. I'm still not used to coloring, lighter skin. I'm actually gonna follow your advice in a minute here, Moon. And I'm gonna go back and color, and use, a green undercolor for her skin in a minute. It looks better than it did a minute ago, but Orchid's skin looks great. I really like it. I actually think she needs a little more color on her cheeks. That's a different color. There we go. Better. I think the thing people liked about Megalovania so much is because it was something they genuinely weren't expecting from this character. Especially if they played the game the first time. Like, it's so intense right off the bat, and you get the feeling that this guy who was so chill and so nice to you before, and hinted that he did have some murderous intent in the beginning but reconsidered it for his brother's sake, you realize he wasn't bragging. He could actually kill the fuck out of you if you're not careful. Alright, yeah, that looks good. Oops. I'm being a little too harsh with the blend brush here. That's because I'm using blend and not blur. My bad. Here we go. Yeah, the blur brush is much easier there. Let's go back to the multiply layer real quick and straighten this out. That's not the multiply layer? What's the what the fuck? Okay, there we go. Yeah, the only one that's not looking right now is Chen. So let me take You tell me if this is the right kind of green, Moon. Oh my god, yeah, wow! That really does help, holy shit! See, Moon, that's why they pay you the big bucks. Yeah, that really does help, oh my god. That's why they pay you the big bucks, Moon. Let me just a second, I'm sending a text. Sorry, I'm trying to respond back to a message my dad sent me. He keeps talking about Cynthia Avero's nails. So next time I color Shen, I lead with green. Noted. So if that's the case, then we're gonna change from Megalovania, because my head's starting to hurt. Give me just a second. What song am I looking for right now? Sure. Oh no, that's not it. That's not the song I wanted. There it is. This is a perfect song, I think. So if that's the case, then let me do some green on Priya's face here. Just in case. Okay, so it gives her more of a yellow timber. I get it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna actually keep it light purple, though, simply because I want her skin to be a bit darker. Okay, so Jen looks pretty good now, instead of kind of sallow. Do a little bit more experimentation here. Yeah, there we go. Color theory! It's incredible! Alright, there we go. Alright, now let's finish up the eyes and add a few more shadows, and then we'll be good. There we go. Let's do some cell shading. Actually, no. Let me try something else. Actually, nope, let's go back to the color I had before. I forgot to... Yeah, alright, hang on. There we go. I think in all this you can kind of tell who the baby girl is, and it's not Chen. You can kind of tell. Let me go back to my multiply layer real quick, because I just realized that I made a huge mistake. What layer is that? Is that the glow layer? What is that? Is that the glow for my underpainting? No, what is that? Sorry, hang on, I'm trying to figure something out. Okay, it's the underpainting. Just a second. It was this color, right? No, it was a darker green. Yeah, okay. There we go. Just making sure it's correct. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. Oh, I messed up. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me do this. Hit the fill tool. Because I messed something up big time. Okay, hit multiply. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. I did it bad. Okay. Her skin is still... Okay, yeah. She's still good, but I forgot to add the appropriate color shadows to her face. So let me go back to the multiply layer with the same color and put those back. I'm starting to get a little wasted on this music. Oh, wait, I need to go back to 40. Alright, I think that's better now. Let me hit it with the blend brush. Alright. And then we need to redo this, because it needs to be in a different color. Wait a minute, what the hell? Oh! Never mind. Forget the confusion. Oh, wait. No, actually, I might need to keep my highlights the way they were. Because what we need is a complementary color. Sorry, I know it must seem like I'm waffling. And I kinda am. Because what could do is a pink instead of a yellow. Maybe it was better if I didn't listen to the extended versions. Woof, sorry. Oh, I'm getting so I'm concentrating so hard I'm like getting cross-eyed. I'm streaming longer than I normally do, so... Alright, now let's see. Let's hit this with the blend brush. Damn it. Alright. Ah! That looks so good. Although you can tell through all of this that Orchid is definitely the baby girl. Orchid is definitely the baby girl. Oh, but they all look so good! And thank you for the advice, Moon. Let me check my soft blendy brush. Oh, wait. Wrong layer. Let's go back to my multiply layer 5. And then do this. Oh. Oh, I love this soft blendy brush. I have to really get in there with it, but I kind of love it. Alright. Let's listen to my favorite Undertale song one more time, and then we might need to retire the Undertale soundtrack. As much as I love this soundtrack, it is always, when I'm streaming, I do get annoyed at the music quick if it repeats too much. This brush is amazing. Let that nose shadow remain pretty sharp. Not very, though. Let's... like that. Cool. Too big. Make it smaller. At some point, I am gonna draw the guys in this story, and maybe I'll do that tomorrow, depending on how busy or not busy things are. I never draw them, and I should, because they've been swimming in my head for years. Alright. I think that's the girls done. There is just one final thing I need to add. No. There they are. There's my ladies. Here we go. I think we have 3 lovely faces. I was practicing rendering, and I think I definitely learned something thanks to Moon, who taught me about shadows and color theory and dealing with lighter colored skin, I was able to do it with Orchid's dark skin, because I've been practicing with dark skin a lot, but with, Priya still looks a little purple, but I kind of don't mind. But Chen was really giving me some trouble, and thanks to Moon's advice, I was able to figure her out. And I think we can call this a stream. They look great. I'm super proud of Orchid especially. Orchid looks super cute. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I might be around tomorrow, I might not, who knows, but I'll definitely be around next Tuesday, if not next Monday. It all depends on how I feel, but yeah, we will definitely be streaming more, because I can tell you that videos, are becoming a problem. I'll just be honest with you guys. With the way YouTube puts out videos, it does sort of kill your motivation, but it doesn't just kill your motivation. They kind of actively suppress anything creative you want to do. So if you want to do something transformative, YouTube thinks you should go fuck yourself. And so I'm gonna have to find other ways, for Google to fuck itself. So we're still a work in progress, but I will be streaming more. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay weird, lovelies, and happy eating.